Welcome back, True Seeker. Before we jump into today's topic, interesting comments out here in the chat. Some effing dude says, check the text I sent you the other day. If you could text me right now so I know which text is yours, because that text line gets blown up. The news article shows the Fed cover up like the Kroger shooting near you. If you guys missed my work on the Kroger shooting, it's still up on my BitChute channel, which I don't really use anymore. But, of course, it was taken down off YouTube almost right away, and that was probably 5 channels ago. Yeah, that work I did on the Kroger shooting out here in Washington State a few years back, February 7th. What year was that? I think that was 2022. The way time flies. It must have been February 7th, 2022. Man, already coming up on the 4th anniversary. But yeah, it's just amazing what was revealed by being on the scene and talking to the head police in charge. He admitted that even though he was the spokesperson in the national news, he wasn't allowed to see the scene that was being reported on. He was getting all his information through his phone, and the feds were totally in charge of everything. Quite revealing. That was the day a 38-year-old killed a 38-year-old on the 38th day of the year. Nothing strange about that until you learn Gematria and you realize murder, death, killing, RIP, all equal 38. Not to mention it was 201 days after the anniversary of the Kroger founder's death. But yeah, we are going to get into this Chabad Lubavitch headquarters getting hit by a vehicle yesterday. It goes with this wave of, well, keep in mind, it was one day after Holocaust Remembrance Day. And it's interesting because Chabad's not really into the state of Israel. Again, there's a rift within Judaism over the state of Israel because, people who are true to the scripture, they're not supposed to have their own state until the time of the third temple when the Jewish Messiah arrives. Some effing dude says, when you spoke with Commander Lee, that's who was in charge, he remembers well, who was in charge of the scene at the Kroger years ago. He didn't get to see any evidence here. He's saying here. So, is this Jason? Is it Jason in Minneapolis? Is that Jason? Here, after the Pretty shooting, they scrubbed the scene and left before the BCA or local pigs could investigate. Yeah, it sounds like business as usual in PSYOP City, because that's all we get in the news, and it's sad that the average American doesn't know that yet. Anyway, speaking of the average American, most aren't awake to anything. And then almost everybody who wakes up gets sucked into the Jays did it. It was the small hats. The small hats run the world. No, they don't. And I'm going to make a real point about that, too. Just, do you guys know who Adam Green is? Adam Green, who spends all his time blaming everything on Jays and who actually went to Israel with another shill, Jake Moore phony ass. Remember when they got back from their little trip in Israel in 2018? The first interview, Adam Green did was with yours truly, and then he took it down the next day. His handlers must have told him that interview needs to go down. It's actually exposing things. But yeah, Adam Green spends all his time saying, Hubbard runs the world. It's Hubbard, 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 Hubbard. Look at the structure that Hubbard has in Brooklyn. I mean, pretty mediocre building. Probably people in the chat could buy it if they wanted to. Compare it to the Vatican. You could take like one of those gems off the wall of the Vatican. It's worth more than the whole Chabad structure, which we'll get to. But like I told you, here's who really runs the world. The people who gave you the calendar that says today's January 29th, 2026, and this place got hit last night at 8:46. Yeah, we got another 8:46 here. Chabad's headquarters got hit at 8:46 on January 28th. But look at it. The headquarters of Chabad is at the address 770 Eastern Parkway, and it just happened to get rammed into last night by a car 77 days after the Superior General's birthday. People have warned for centuries that world events are dictated by the Black Pope, a.k.a. the Superior General, who right now is Arturo Sosa. He's the 31st. Charlie Kirk killed at 31. Charlie Kirk's birthday fell on October 14th, the same day the Superior General was installed. Remember this year, Erica Kirk, that horrible actress, was given the first Presidential Medal of Freedom with a cross on it on October 14th, the day the 31st Superior General was installed. And like I told you when the news broke, the whole thing was synced with him. As well as the brand new Pope, who's from Chicago, just like Charlie. Remember, Charlie supposedly died 4 days before the Pope's birthday. Charlie dead September 10th is the story of the Pope's birthday, September 14th. 1,914 rituals with rigged Chicago sports since he was installed. Erica had to tell us that Charlie Kirk was a big Cubs and Bears fan. The Bears won with 31 the day of his memorial in the Cardinals Stadium, a team that also came from Chicago originally, like where the NFL was established. But yeah, I mean, just take a look at that address and how this ritual happens, and we'll see how it's synced with the Pope too. Eastern Parkway, same gematria as the Jesuit order in State of Israel. Isn't that funny? And just how this ritual is just so synced with them the day after Holocaust Remembrance Day. So let that be the starting point, and we'll take it from the top. We'll take it from the top here. If anybody tells you, oh, it's Chabad that runs the world, just look at that person and say, you must be some kind of moron. Can you do basic math? Anyway, yeah, they reported this happened at 8:46 p.m. Like 9/11 started at 8:46 a.m. Like how they said the Derek Chauvin, the chauvinist, was on George Floyd's neck in the Twin Cities for 8 minutes and 46 seconds before they added on some more time months later. People are going around wearing those hats that said 8:46 at the time. If you remember, for George Floyd, go back and look. But it's interesting because in Strong's Hebrew lexicon, 846 has to deal with structures. A structure was hit on 9/11. Now, I mean, there is something to the Hubbard and other sects of Judaism getting a little tip for that day. Maybe it's a good day to call in sick, use some of that vacation time, because word on the street, a lot of them knew not to show up. We did get the story from CBS about those men dancing in New Jersey who were arrested and sent back to Israel. I mean, yeah, there is something to what people say, but who's really orchestrating these things and making it look so obvious and deciding to sell the World Trade Centers to a J like Silverstein right before the towers come down? Somebody just setting all this stuff up? Somebody using these people as the scapegoats? Some people performing rituals on them, picking on them, using them. Remember, the Nazis were modeled after the Jesuits. They did a little picking on. A lot of Nazi tactics in Cooties 19 the other year. Israel got picked on more than anybody. How many mandates did they get for Pokey Dokes? More than anybody else in the world. You know what I mean? How could they run the world if they had more mandates against them than anybody? Remember, it was all Jesuits who were there for the simulation of Event 201 and pretty much ran all the companies and all that. Anyway, look at this ritualism, you guys. The man who's credited as the true founder of Chabad, from his birthday anniversary to this incident yesterday, 147 days from his birthday anniversary. Pretty interesting because his name equals 147 in Gematria. And for all the rabbis out there who don't like how I say the word, the point is not how I say it, but what you should actually be studying. I'm telling you, this is way more interesting than all your Hebrew. This is what's going on day after day. It's being used to torment your people and all the people of the world across the world. It's why English has been spread across the world. Again, the Templars got their hands on this Kabbalistic knowledge a long time ago, and they implemented a system in the 16th century, a system for world domination like the Catholic Church has no doubt achieved. Again, Chabad can't go into China. They're not allowed there, but the Catholic Church is. There's no Jays in China, but there are Catholics. Anyway, what are the odds? What would be the odds? I mean, from his birthday to today, this happens 147 days. Remember words like Freemason and conspiracy equal 147. They do call Freemasonry Judaism for the Gentile, but who are the real fathers of modern Freemasonry? Jesuits. And remember, there is a J piece because some of the converts to Catholicism, like Diego Lainez, helped form the Jesuit order. But still, this thing's Catholic, People think, oh, see, that's the proof. It's like, because a couple of them were converts is the proof? No. And we're gonna make a real fine point here at the end of this presentation. In what's known as the Jewish cipher, the Latin cipher, the Agrippa's key cipher, which produces bigger values like the Hebrew system of letters and numbers, that rabbi's name is 1208. Does that look a bit like the date January 28th? Because it does. And he did go by Baal Hatanya, probably saying that last part wrong, but Baal, isn't that interesting? He went by Baal that has this association with Satan. And isn't it funny how Brooklyn, New York equals 223 and 79, like the synagogue of Satan? Remember, those who claim to be Jays but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. The other year you had the congressman who was Catholic pretending to be a J, whose actual birth name equaled 223, and that story went all into 2023, a lot like 223. And don't forget who told you that as it broke at the end of 2022, that's what it was really all about. And I told you why a major war was going to start in Israel in 2023, because that is the nation that's people pretending to be Jays that are not, because real Jays know that that place shouldn't exist. So yeah, just got to make that point. And also, Schneerson from Ukraine, who really made Chabad what it is. He died at 92. Again, in the English system, there's 4 base ciphers, the alphabetic order, the reverse alphabetic order, and both orders with numerology applied. The Synagogue of Satan is also 92, like how he died at 92. And he died at Mount Sinai, Beth Israel, New York. How perfect. From his death anniversary to this incident, 33 weeks. Masonry, Genesis, a lot of Masonry's teachings are based in Genesis, the Torah. Masonry, Genesis, police, federal, secrecy, order. Again, all these things go together. The Masonic Order of Police, Fraternal Order of Police, the federal government being the Masonic city, Masonry being a secret society. Our society, the orders maintained with nonstop propaganda and lies that always encode this same ritualistic pattern. People listening to idiots like Candace Owens saying, I'm the Mason at Turning Point, and then having her meeting with Erica Kirk 33 weeks after her birthday, when, of course, Charlie Kirk would do the Masonic handshake with Trump, whose real family name is Drumpf, which equals 33. Of course, the first degree of Freemasonry, the entered apprentice, like Chump the Apprentice. But yeah, anyway, just a nice little 33 ritual here in New York when you run it in verse. There's only 4 states that have the 33 connection. 3 are in the most pure cipher. The first state, Delaware. The 6th state, Massachusetts, where Kennedy is also 33, the family that, owns the history of that state. And the 50th and final state, Hawaii. And then the one other state that's 33 is New York when you run it in reverse with numerology. So this happened in New York. A man drove his vehicle into Chabad Lubavitch headquarters in Brooklyn on Wednesday, and authorities are investigating it as a hate crime. Police said late that night. The crash took place around 8:46 p.m. Sounds pretty specific. Around 8:46. I mean, I could have got 8:45, around 8:30, close to 9. 8:46 is a very specific time. A time used over and over again for some reason. 8:46 p.m. on Eastern Parkway. By the way, hate crime equals 46. You might recall that number used a million times with the Jussie Smollett hoax. And don't forget who told you it was a hoax from day one. It's because pretty much everything in the mainstream is, or at least contrived, super contrived by this code every single day if it's a national news story, and you can prove it every single day. That's why this information is so interesting, and only idiots are denying it, because every single day they have an opportunity to prove it to themselves. It's not that hard. The crash took place around 8:46 p.m. on Eastern Parkway in the Crown Heights section of the borough. A 2012 Honda Accord sedan was found mounted on the sidewalk at the scene, which struck the building, according to officials. The driver struck the rear door of the building once and then reversed the car in order to ram the door a second time. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch, whose dad owns the Giants. Remember how they synced up the NFL HQ shooting hoax on the 33rd floor this past summer with the NFL season? If not, you should go back and get reacquainted with that work. It's funny how the owner of the Giants, his daughter, is the head of the police. But yeah, Eastern Parkway, just same gematria as State of Israel. Again, David Ben-Gurion died 201 days after the anniversary of Israel's establishment. Netanyahu steps down on the day, leaving 201 days left in the year, June 13th. Comes back on 12/29, like 1229 is the 201st prime on the anniversary of Albert Pike's letter about 3 world wars to come, where the third one will be centered on political Zionism, and it was published on the Jesuit order's birthday, August 15th, 1871. You know about the Jesuits in this Chabad movement? Chabad Lubavitch, 54, like Jesuit order, like how their headquarters is at the Church of the Jesu building 54. Lubavitcher Rebbe, which the other guy was commonly called, 153 and 72, like Jesuit order. But yeah, that 770 address for the building. I mean, what are the odds that it would be 77 days after the Superior General's birthday? You know what I mean? Sorry, hold on. Something got screwed up here. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, I forgot to mention, this also happened on the 137th day of the Pope's age, the 33rd prime number. 137th day of the Pope's age, 33rd prime. Go figure. Go figure. But yeah, the address 770 Eastern Parkway. Amazing. Amazing. Judaism 77. And also, something I made a point about a million times. Again, anybody can go back, go to my other channel that's still existing. The only other channel I have that's still existing. Again, YouTube deleted a whole lot of channels. GematriaEffectNews 22. One of the last videos I uploaded on there was the day Netanyahu came back on 12/29/2022. I put out a video that day, and I said a major war will start in Israel while it's 75. Of course, I'd been saying that for the better part of the last decade. And it was all about this New York Times headline right here. Again, the New York Times, which has always been run by Jesuits. And notice this headline was, what Israeli war started October 6, 1973? Let me see real quick. I always forget. Israeli war, October 6, 1973. What war was that? The Yom Kippur War. That's right. The Yom Kippur War. So this headline was 33 years to the day of that war beginning, and that's how these people roll. New World Order pledged to Jews. Arthur Greenwood. The name Greenwood equals 106. Like this is the news on 10-6. Like prophecy equals 106. Here we are in the 106th NFL season. It can get weird. But anyway, the point is 10-6-1940. 10 plus 6 plus 19 plus 40 is 75. New World Order is the phrase. New World Order equals 75. Like order out of chaos. Like Catholic Church. Like Roman Catholic. Like the word order alone. And when was Chabad created? In the year 1775. So this thing that just happened yesterday was on hold on. Did I not do the... Here, let's do the math for yesterday. It appears that I forgot to do the math for yesterday, but we'll just do it together in real time. Yesterday also had the 75 days. So let's go down to that. Let's go down here and let's do it again. 1 plus 28 plus 20 plus 25 is 75. Or hold on, am I out of my mind? Oh, it's my bad. It's today. Sorry, it didn't happen on 75 day. It happened on a 74 day, but this was the news this morning, okay? This was all over the news this morning. So today, the news broke on a 75 date. My bad. Yesterday had 74 date numerology, which is also fitting because Jewish is 74, you know, like gematria, like English, like occult, like Masonic. And again, it's the Society of Jesus pulling these strings. Like Jesus was from Judea. Jesus 74, like cross, like Messiah, like gospel, like parable. So, okay. News this morning all over on the 75 date, but the ritual did happen on the 74 date. So I need to correct that paragraph. But yeah, just so you know, in history, 75, big with this New York Times headline, big with why the war started in Israel while the country was 75 years old. And it is 77 right now. That's another point that needs to be made. The country is 77. It'll turn 78 on May 14th. Remember, that date can be written 14/5, like there's 145 more chapters in the Catholic Old Testament. David Ben-Gurion wasn't born with that name. And if you don't know, you know, there's 46 books in the Catholic Old Testament, 145 more chapters. But David Ben-Gurion changed his name before he became prime minister. Just happened to change his name that coincided with the establishment date of Israel. And that's because that's who really runs Israel, the church. The powerful thing, the one whose calendar we're on, who's got the whole world speaking English. Not Hubbard with their little dinky building in Brooklyn. It's like looks like a roach coach compared to the Vatican. So, yeah, and just for fun here, the Vatican's net worth estimated upwards of $15 billion. The Vatican. All of the assets owned by Chabad estimated to be worth 137 million. 137 million, 15, and that's just the Vatican, you guys. I mean, by the way, look at this. How much land does the Catholic Church own? Funny enough that remember, Google's run by the Jesuits, you guys. They celebrate their birthday on September 27th, the same day the Jesuits were recognized by the Roman Catholic Church. But isn't that a funny number right there? 177 million? 177 million acres. It's a lot of acres. 177 million acres. I think Israel's just under 13 million acres, to give you some comparison. There's that 177 again. New World Order. Weird. New World Order, 177.69. The Jesuit Order, 177.69. Catholic Church, 75.69. Roman Catholic, 75. Illuminati, founded by a Jesuit, 69. No, so Illuminati is an Italian word. But yeah, just another reminder about this same code. The last time we were hearing about this building was a couple Januaries ago. You might recall the secret tunnel found under Hubbard. And I mean, they showed you inside the building that day, and it looked like a real dump inside. But here's what was funny about it. From Schneershin, again, who really made Hubbard popular, from his birthday anniversary to the day this was the news, January 8th, 201 days. Jewish mysticism, the Jesuit order, state of Israel. You can't figure out who's pulling these little jokes. Oh, it would have been his 143rd birthday anniversary at the time, too. And I think I just missed it because, yeah, this time it's synced with his 145th birthday anniversary. Isn't that perfect? Just like Catholic, just like how Israel was established on 14/5. It's perfect. Just perfect. So, again, next time you listen to some yo-yo tell you that Jays run the world, that person is clueless. They don't have a clue. You know, you could sell that person a roach coach like the Chabad headquarters, just trade them straight up for the Vatican. They'd do the deal. No, this must be the more important real estate. These people run the world. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Okay. All right. I think those were the main points I wanted to get in right now. But I really do get tired of everybody just falling for psyops and listening to all the wrong people and ignoring us like, Jesuits, I never heard anybody else say that, so you must be wrong. Yeah, you know who warned about the Jesuits? Everybody when this country was being founded. That's who warned. Everybody who mattered. You don't even know the history of this country. It was created mostly trying to escape Catholic oppression because that's what ruled over Europe, not Jays. The church did. Same thing that rules this country today. All right. Thank you, Mike Rossum, for being a member for 32 months. Thank you, Rick James, for being a member for 35 months. And I do got to pick up my daughter here in 5 minutes, but just in case there's anybody out there that wants to get something in real quick, could be about this or about today's news. One chance, because I got 5 minutes. And just as a heads up, about 4:30 Pacific, that's 7:30 Eastern, the interview will go live on this channel for what I just did with Christian White. I'd encourage you to go to Christian White's channel, though, and give him a sub if you haven't done so already. And if you want to watch it early, you're welcome to go to Christian White's channel right now. It is the latest interview up. So I wish it had better views than it does. 1.3K in 22 hours. If you want to support his channel, go over there, give him a like, a share, check out his other offerings. I was hoping yesterday we'd get him up to 11K, but hey, we're up to 10.7K. That's a 100 more. Again, you guys, this is somebody who's been working really hard to get interviews and information out in the world, and He's a little bit wavering if he wants to continue because, again, YouTube's put him in some kind of trash algorithm, the same one I'm in. And, again, you see how it works. 6 months ago, getting pretty solid views. Lately, not really getting much of any views, no matter who he has on. And that's what YouTube does if you touch on important topics. And that's for all you guys who help support these shills and grifters and people who get views. Again, if you get views on YouTube at this point, that's exactly what you are. You're a shill, you're a fraud, you're a grifter. YouTube doesn't allow anybody else to get any traction anymore. It's just all the controlled ops. I mean, might as well be a CIA platform. So we got Randy real quick.
Yeah, what's going on, Zach? You can hear me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's it called? I saw that today. The Luigi Mangone guy, he had a Minnesota man was charged today with trying to free him from prison. He posed as an FBI agent.
Isn't it funny how they just keep bringing all their psyops together?
Crazy. And the even funnier part is that tonight, obviously, Minnesota is playing Oklahoma City Thunder. Obviously, Thursday is named after the god of thunder, in relation to Jupiter and everything. So again, these stuff are obviously planned months and years in advance, and people still don't understand it.
Let's see here. Yeah, here's the story right here. A man was arrested on Wednesday, so yesterday, for allegedly impersonating an FBI agent and trying to free Luigi Mangione from also in Brooklyn.
Also in Brooklyn. And they're saying his name was Mark Anderson. His name equals 52, just like Minnesota.
Yeah, perfect. Who hosted Super Bowl 52?
Exactly.
How about his name equals 133 and 52?
133, yeah, 130 and 52.
Just like Christy Noam.
And
just like government. You know what I mean?
Exactly. FBI agent, same thing as ICE, and the same ciphers with everything going on.
And I mean, the 191 and 74 is straight from They Live, We Sleep, Society of Jesus numbers. So,
yep. And there was also the conviction of the Sonia Massey killer today. The sentencing, he got sentenced to 20 years. Her first name equals 20. She died 20 weeks after her birthday on February 13th. I think was her birthday. I think the 43rd day of the year, the day leaving 322 days left in the year.
Yeah, go figure. Again, that happened on 7/6, the 187th day of the year homicide code, but also 7/6 has that racial code too.
Yep.
So
yeah,
it's 81 weeks later in days, and it wasn't about race. Race has that 81 connection, like ritual. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much the 2 points I wanted to put out today.
Yeah, great additions.
Yeah, it's funny too. Grayson 36 and her name. I mean,
his name's like Jupiter, like Jupiter. Thursday's named after Jupiter.
Right.
Grayson
exactly.
And Jupiter.
Exactly. Yeah, sex is on a Thursday.
Interesting.
It makes you believe these people are actually even dead.
Oh, and he's 36 years old. Okay.
Yeah. She was 36 when
she was 36.
She was 36. So it's how she would have been 38 years old right now. She was still alive.
He was 30, like Police is 30 when it happened. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And 60. Got both of their names equal 60.
Yeah. Slavery's got that 30 connection, and Slave has that 76 connection with the July 6th killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to do some follow-up work on that. Those are good points. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No problem. Take care.
All right. Yeah, just you learn Gematria, just see through all the ritualism every single day. So that's what it is. But yeah, Adam Green, by the way, Adam Green refused to debate me. He debated Johnny Cerrucci, but wouldn't debate me. And we all know why, because he knew he would have got his ass kicked. Chabad runs the world. It's just laughable. Look at that little building on the corner. I mean, come on, man. Unbelievable. All right, truth seekers. Till next time.